meeting here in this convention of women lawyers. Why ILU is organizing this? Because ILU stands for Justice for All, protection of human rights, particularly those of women and children, and it stands for gender equality. And it endeavors to uphold the rule of law. About ILU, All India Lawyers Union, as an organization and its formation and its background, I leave it to my other comrades and Comrade Ilango to talk to you. But I would confine myself to this particular area where we want to organize women lawyers. Now, organizing ILU is very keen, and its purpose is to build democratic lawyers movement in the country to protect the constitutional goals of democracy, socialism, justice, and of the people of the country. We don't need to go into the details. In the last few years, we have found there are high income disparities, and the poor have become poorer, and a few rich have become richer. So when that is the situation, obviously the economic policies and the laws are not beneficial to the people as a whole. So we have to necessarily take note of that, particularly as lawyers, because we find domination of multinational companies and the capture of the system by the corporate world, and the corporate world is greedy and ruthless. We saw the farmers' agitation recently. The corporates get concessions and grants and the government, whereas the poor farmers are denied subsidies even for fertilizers and denied minimum support price. That's what triggered the laws that were brought about seemingly to help the farmers, as stated by the government, which were actually not beneficial to the farmers but were promoting corporate sector. That is why there was such a huge agitation, farmers agitation in Delhi, which was witnessed in the last few years. So, and I think I will not be out of place to say that the economy, the government allocates budget for economic funding. Now 70% of Indian budget goes to the contractors. Then the contractors are basically middlemen. So we know whom the benefits will reach. It either goes to the contractors or the big business people, and ordinary people are facing difficulties in the country. Now therefore the laws relating to the economy are also clearly lopsided, one-sided, which doesn't benefit the larger sections of the population but benefits only a select few, maybe a few number of households in the country, which is coming into the profession, the women lawyers. When we do that, how do we approach, in what manner people's rights are protected or not protected? If their rights are not protected, then as lawyers and uphold the rule of law in the area in where we live, where we practice. And when we want to do that, we necessarily have to, in this duty, we have to necessarily reach out to all sections of lawyers. Particularly nowadays, a lot of women lawyers are coming into the profession, and also lawyers from different strata of the society, more from middle class and lower middle class background. There are so many lawyers who are entering the profession. It is very important for us to organize these lawyers from various sections, and particularly women lawyers. Now when we organize lawyers and under the banner of ILU, we do it for a particular purpose. The official bar associations, women lawyers associations are all there to organize, where women are members and constituent parts, where the associations take up the role of or the responsibility of taking care of the I should say what benefits the lawyers, the issues relating to the lawyers, such things, and the campus issues and things like that. But even that is minimal because it is looked upon as women lawyers. I think even today we will have the necessity to ask for restrooms and chambers for our functioning. To that extent, we do not know if the official bar associations are really keen on establishing such facilities in the court premises. So even there, I think the women lawyers have to play a greater role to